Hi guys, so in this lesson I'm going to show you how to work with the Octane node editor. Now to work with the Octane node editor, you simply need to come here, create a material, select the desired material type. I'm going to click on the Octane glossy material and I'm going to just double click on it to open it up. Now when I double click on that, I get my standard material editor right here. And to open up my node editor, I simply come down to this button that says node editor. Now when I click on this, I get my Octane node editor view right here. So what's so special about the Octane node editor? Now the only thing special there is that it gives you a very visual way of working with your materials. Alright, so you're able to work in a nodal structure and you're seeing the way materials or textures are being piped in into different channels in your material, right? So bear in mind that everything you can do here you can as well achieve from here, but basically it just gives you a better way of working. Now to load up an image into my diffuse channel on the standard material editor type, I simply click here and then click on this drop down and load up an image right here. Now I'm using my image downloaded from a free website called Texture Haven. Alright, so and now I've loaded an image right in my I've loaded an image into my diffuse channel right here, and if you see what's happening, it attached a bitmap here and then connected it to this right here. So basically everything you're doing here is also being updated right here. But if I'm going to recreate this using my Octane node editor, which is a better way to work, I'm going to delete the bitmap here and instead I'm going to use an image texture. Now an image texture is preferable to work when importing images compared to the bitmap because this is just more compatible with the Octane render. So I'm just going to click on my node editor and I get this little box area here where I get things like the information being displayed, right? So if I click on my shader right here and then select this, I can load up the same image and I'm just going to click no. So currently I have this image texture loaded right here and we can just pipe this into our diffuse channel, which is going to do the same thing here, right? So now we have loaded an image into the diffuse channel through the image texture, right? So if I'm going to load up the other channels of this material that I downloaded, I'm just going to drag in another image texture. Now I want to load up the normal map. I'm going to come here and click on the normal map. I'm going to select no and I'm going to just pipe this into the normal map. So basically it just gives you a very visual way of working, right? And I'm just going to quickly start up my Octane render, right? Okay, so currently I have different materials in the scene and I have this luminance material here that is really emitting so much light and is blowing up this image. So first thing I want to do is I want to click on this Octane camera and I want to just turn off the post processing right there, and what I want to do is to just drag this material and drop it directly here. So if I just hit render, and I'm just going to move away from this camera view for now, and now when I hit render I get this really nice material going on here and I have my image, I have my normal map giving me that really nice detail going on there. All right, so there is a separate lesson dedicated to understand, so alright, so there's a separate lesson dedicated to helping you understand different type of materials and how to use them, right? So I'm going to be going in depth into that. Alright, so basically this is how the Octane node editor works, and as we go further into the course we are primarily going to be using the Octane node editor to work with our materials. Alright, so before I finalize on this lesson, I just want to quickly load up another image texture here, and I'm going to use this as a displacement map, right? So before I use this as a displacement map, I first of all need to click on the material itself, click on displacement and add a displacement to it. And so it creates this additional node where we can now pipe in our texture, right? But there's nothing in our texture for now, so I'm just going to click on this. I'm going to click on this little button here and I'm going to load up my displacement map. I'm going to click no, and now we have a displacement map going there. So I can raise this to about say 30 and we can get this really nice displacement going on. Alright, so now we have this displacement map, and what I can do is to just come to my displacement itself and just take this to about 30, and you have this really nice displacement going on. I also want to make sure that you turn this level of detail to about 4K, and that will give us some really nice results. And what I want to do is just go to compare, and I want to store the render buffer. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to take this, I want to disconnect this, and I just wanted to see the difference when you're using a displacement map and when you're not. So I'm just going to use the slider to pull it down, and we can really see the effect and the amount of realism the displacement map is giving to us, right? So that's it. As we go into the course, we're going to be using more of the node editor to work with our materials.